Hello everyone, welcome to this week's devlog for Clustercraft, Strong Compute's 3D Compute Manager. We have some pretty handy features to talk about this week, the first of which being a pretty major system, which is multiple save data slots. So before, everything in the game, which is like regions, silos, datasets, all of that was kind of scattered around in like a database on your browser, but now we have a save file system, so you can create, edit, delete, all the fancy stuff with multiple save slots, and I'm going to demonstrate the functionality for you here. So we've got our demo scene here, which is just the one you get from creating demo assets. If you go to the settings, you can manage your saves. And this is the main save that we have open right now. You can like rename it to whatever you want. Say just my save as an example. I think I had caps lock on. Yep, just rename it like that. And we can hit new save to create a brand new save, and that will create a new one. You can click onto it and it will swap to it. So now if I wanted to just create some demonstration assets, like let's make a 128 node cluster on here. There we go. That's our 128 node cluster. You can jump into your save data and swap between saves whenever you like, and everything's going to update accordingly, which is super, super helpful for when you want to model many different setups at once, many setups for your blueprints and your infrastructure. You can copy save data, you can duplicate it, you just delete it the same way. We just swap to this one, swap back to my save, and you could delete the other ones. Another cool thing you can do is you can actually download the save. So if I hit download, we'll see down there, it just popped that we just downloaded it. And you can also import saves as well. So the ones that you download, you can give them to a mate, to one of your coworkers, or you could just hold a repository of them on your computer and you can load them up. So no more getting stuck on having to create all of this stuff over and over. Save file management is easier than ever. So all of those systems are in, and they're going to be really, really helpful in the future when we make features like converting the state of your live infrastructure into a sandbox save file. So we're going to add a button that you can click while you're in live mode to basically convert the current state of the live mode, everything in live mode, to a sandbox save file, which you can then compare against your other save files to see if your current infrastructure matches up with what you want it to look like. We're going to have some diff features as well. So yeah, that's the really cool save feature that was a long time coming and is finally integrated into the app. Ethan's got some stuff to show you as well regarding the globe, right?
Thanks, Xander. Just before I touch on the globe, we've been responding to a bit of feedback from some customers that have been saying that they're struggling with rendering all the fancy graphics that we have. So we've implemented a post-processing toggle on the settings. So you can turn that on and off just to help you save performance while maintaining visual clarity. Cool. So as we've talked about last week, we have a globe view now, and that shows all of your infrastructure in the world and where roughly it would be. So as a recap, we have our data sets, or our silos, that match the world view, and then our regions that also match world view. And then we can click on them to return back to the world view with the object automatically selected. We've been tinkering with the system a little bit more to introduce a bit more context when it comes to data flow, specifically when you're caching a data set from a silo into a cluster, as well as transferring jobs in between spaces. So just to demonstrate that, if I go over to this cluster here and I just want to cache this alpha data set here, I can see that. We can see, as usual, our bar shows up. And then what I might do is I might create a job with just one GPU. It doesn't particularly matter. And then I can just start, it's easy with a mouse. If I drag this job over to this space here, we can see that, had a moment there. Bro. That's fine. There you go. I'll just pause the timeline there, just so, because it'll be a little bit easier to show. So we can see that the data set is caching to that cluster and this job is moving. So let's pop on over to the globe view, and we can see that our data set is caching from one silo to the region on the other end. And then if we zoom in here,
a little yellow line.
we can see that we're moving jobs from one region to another. So yeah, we're currently working on this feature, giving it a bit more of a visual overhaul. But yeah, we're going to be able to show like a whole web of data that's being transferred all around the globe. And then soon, hopefully integrating that with what our real world infrastructure looks like. So there's a requested feature for, can we map this to subterranean or undersea cables? And then finding all that data for that. So we're working on that at the moment. Another thing we're working on is our map view. So next to our globe view, we've introduced a little map toggle. And this is pretty similar to the globe view, but it's in 2D. And we're currently working on this to give it all the same functionality as the globe.
Yeah, it's
but
a bit like low res at the moment because it's using the same texture. So we'll work on that.
Yeah, but then also showing the data flow and transfer stuff and making sure that the two features are on parity with each other, just with a slightly different look. But yeah, we're working on those at the moment. So you'll be able to pop these up on a monitor in your office place and then show off where all your stuff is located around the world. So we're very excited to keep moving forward these. We've gotten really good feedback so far. So we're going to just keep the train rolling on these features.
Absolutely. Well, that's it for this week. We'll see you later.
See ya.